Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I'm president of Trinity Employment Specialists. Trinity, we are a staffing company, and we specialize in staffing in the medical field, uh, everything from a front office person to a nurse practitioner or physician's assistant. And then in our business side, we have finance, accounting, banking. We've also done quite a bit of staffing just recently in the huge uplift of oil and gas. We've been asked to staff in the oil and gas field in the finance and accounting division, and even some of the engineering positions that we just started working on somebody. So that's kind of what we do, and it's what we specialize in. I always like to have a challenge, and so I asked someone earlier just to give me a random topic to talk about, and so I want to share with you that topic, and let's see if any of this resonates with you, because I think that there are some really interesting items in here, and this is setting boundaries for yourself. As a businessman, I have learned this the hard way, and it can be very difficult, because before you know it, this is more as you're growing in your career, and maybe you're gaining some popularity or gaining influence or whatever it is that you're growing in. I'm telling you, more and more people are going to want to have a piece of your time. It's just a thing. And for me, I am generally a very nice individual. I always have been very kind individual, and it's very difficult for me to say no. But one of the most detrimental things that I've done in my career is, and I'm learning, I've learned about this, and I'm still learning about it, is trying to find the line on when you need to say no and when you need to say yes. Because if you get too caught up in the no, I'm telling you, it's real easy to say, oh, well, just say no to all the things. I'm telling you, you will miss out on some unbelievable opportunities if you just say no to the things that aren't really that convenient at the moment. I believe that there is some wisdom that needs to be utilized when and before you say the word no to anything that you're getting ready to, that you're being asked about. And so I really just want to tell everybody that you need to have some kind of plan, some kind of thought out. Don't just say no on a snap judgment. I'm telling you, it'll hurt you. But if you don't say a no to enough things, you're going to end up into crazy land. I'll tell you, I've got a really great friend, and he is very successful. He is one of the most successful people in this town. I'm telling you, he's probably one of the most popular people in this town. But man, I believe that he started saying no to a lot of things, but he has had so many opportunities presented to him that even amongst his peers, they're starting to notice where balls are being dropped, and he's not anywhere near as effective as they remember him being. It's a thing, and this is probably one of the most successful people, and someone that I really look up to. And just yesterday, I had someone call me and say, listen, man, I reached out to him like 3 or 4 or 5 times, but he's not getting back with me. And the whole thing is this is one of the largest companies in our town. And they were basically trying to just refer him business. And it was big business. So I'm going to call him myself and say, hey, listen, you need to take that call. But that's how crazy it got. I read a book about the one thing, and it's really a great book. I really recommend it, and I listened to it on Audible. But really, if I can just bring it all together in one quick statement, it's this: you need to set the most important thing in your life and make it the most important thing, and work everything else around it. So, for example, and I'll just tell you my life. I'm a little bit different because I'm a very religious individual. So my statement, or my number 1, number 2, and number 3 is going to be different than some people, and that's okay. But this is how my day works out. This is my one thing. All right. In business, my number one thing is Trinity. Now, I own 2 other companies, but I've set them up specifically so that they are subsets. But my main thing is Trinity. All my time, all my wisdom, almost all of my efforts goes first into Trinity, and then secondary, it goes into my other companies. So I try to make those the second things that I do. I only own portions of these other companies. So I wait towards the end of the day and I fit that in then. But this is the way my day generally works. I'm going to start working on Trinity. That's what my focus is. That's what I'm doing right now is for Trinity. But if anything pops up in between the next little bit, I never want to allow myself to get so busy that I'm not able to do any kind of ministry. So my very first top priority is going to be ministry, and then Trinity, and then the other companies that I work with. So what that means is that doesn't mean that I'm going out and all I'm doing is ministry all day. What that means is that when things pop up occasionally at work and I notice it and I feel like it's something that God's asked me to go do, I stop what I'm doing right then and there and I go do that because that's my number one thing. And then everything else seems to flow. I'm telling you, it just does for me. I don't know how to explain it. But you have to know what's the priority. And when you keep those things in line, I know that when a ministerial type of event comes up, generally it's not going to take very long, but I know, I have it resolved in my head. That's the top thing. I stop what I'm doing, I go do that, then I come back to my work. And then after I get done with that, then I work on the other 2 companies. That's the flow. That's the way it works. I know it, and I don't get mixed up in it. And I think that it's really important for you to know your priority list. What's your number 1, what's your number 2, and what's your number 3, and make sure that you work on them in that order. This is something that I'm still working through, but it's that seems to work really well. But the thing is you've got to be willing to say no to the things that don't fall within those 3 categories. Because I'm telling you, you will have some really great opportunities take you into no man's land. You'll lose a ton of money. I did that about 2 years ago. You don't want to do that. It's no fun, and no one likes you at the end. I'm not no one. When your wife is your CFO, she doesn't like that at the end. The last thing that I want to share here, and I've got like 2 minutes left, are it's a statement here. It's the people that you surround yourself with. If you show me the people that you are hanging out with now, I can almost guarantee you that I can tell you what you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. There was somebody really, really smart that said that. I heard it. I'm not trying to claim it, but that is a very, very wise statement. So you have to, and I have, this sounds rough and this sounds harsh, but you will want to carve out and spend less time with the friends that you know are not going to take you where you're wanting to be. You have to set your vision for yourself. And most people go through life, I swear to you, they do this. They go through life and they just let the wind take them wherever they want to go. And so they get an opportunity and they're like, well, I don't really want to do that, but that's going to pay me, so I'm going to go do that. And then they go do that, and they live miserable lives doing this, I'm telling you. And I did that for at least 10 years. I just went wherever the wind took me until I decided, hey, listen, I'm going to take over my own life. So the first thing I had to do there is set my vision at where I wanted to be. I told myself what I was wanting to do, and I went and did all those things. Listen, I had to set another vision because I went and accomplished all of the first vision. And now I'm almost 3/4 of the way of this vision, and then I'm going to have to set another vision. But at each level, I'm telling you, each level, I have to change the people that I'm around so that I can learn, be like them, and start to do the right things to get me up to that next level. And I'm going to be sitting in another level, probably, I'm guessing, in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. And when that happens, I'm telling you, I have to carve out certain relationships, spend less time with them, and then start spending time with people who can teach me, and I can be around and start acting like and gain insight from people that are at the next level. But I'm telling you, it is true. You're going to be like the people that you're around, and you have to be intentional with it. And if you're not, you'll be like I was the first 10 years of my career. I just followed the wind wherever it took me. Whatever opportunities came to me, I took, and I wasn't very directional in my life. Being directional means that you are setting the one thing that you know you want to accomplish in the next 5-10 years. And if you don't do that, you're going to get derailed, and you are going to be not setting boundaries. Setting boundaries leads you to success, and I hope this helps you. If Trinity can help you in any way, sometimes setting your boundaries means that you need to get in the right career field. And if you are looking for something in the finance, accounting, banking industry, or in the medical field, really, we may be a good resource for you. You should give us a call. Our number is 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com. Thank you.